It happens. It was very, very general and kind of general. Did that answer your question, suffice, Max, or more would you like more information specifically?
Actually, pretty good.
Okay. So just to give clarify, you need, we're going to call it 25 grand on this particular endeavor with merely his time. It's not working. He put in the effort to learn, to try, failed a lot, and then it's going to work out for him. He's just becoming really, really good on the phone. Simple as that. So.
No.
Well, here's the thing. Investors are calling FSBOs, and this is probably how it goes. Hey, how's it going? You're a FSBO, I'm an investor. What I'd like to do is I'd like to steal your property, and are you in?
No.
Oh, call the next one. Gee, this FSBO, she's playing hard. I give up. Or, how's it going? My name is, you're FSBO, I'm a buyer. I buy properties in a couple different ways. What do you want, what are you looking to do?
I need to move now.
Great, when's the best time for us to meet?
Tonight?
I'll be there in an hour. How much do you want to sell your property for?
I at least want to get what I want.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm here to buy, and I'm prepared to sign a contract right now. Are you prepared to sell right now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Here's a contract signed.
So he'll pay you 100% of the value of your house.
So yeah, there's no resistance. I create a situation where there's no resistance that they can give you because you're not offering anything. You're just giving them what they want. Once they sign, figure it out then. Figure out what the value is and figure out all these other things. You've got 17 days of let's sweat a lot and back out anyway. Yeah. On that exact same note, I'm actually have a client right now that I'm listing their house, and we're going to do a loan modification on the first to get it to a 3.25% interest rate. They are looking for a buyer that will buy it with seller financing because they're going to charge 5%. They're going to make $1,500 a month because it's such a large loan. I'm going to try and settle the second, which is $160,000. I'm going to try and settle the second for $25,000 and have the new buyers pay for that. So they just made an extra $120,000 out of thin air. So the point is, if you're in cahoots, if you're actually out in the world doing something, the A word is the most important thing, the action word. You're doing it. Something is going to happen. We actually just looked at another deal. Thought we mentioned another deal today. We're going to put another $100,000 on the board just because we looked at it in a different light. So we'd be using a buy and note strategy on that one. Not actually buying property, just buying a note at a discount. Yeah. So investors want security. If anybody here was an investor, you had your gray pants on and had the $500,000 cash restriction in it, and you said, okay, here's the thing. We want $420 because the house is worth $500. We're going to pay you back 15% of your money or 10% of your money, whatever it happens to be. It's going to take this long. This is the contract we have for the buyer at $510. And they're like, oh, I can see how that makes sense. Okay, cool. You have a really, really good story to present. They're secured by the knowledge of what you have actually kind of created. So, here's the great thing about real estate. Real estate is a phone book, and you guys have all seen the phone book trick, and it's kind of fun. But this is a phone book, all this stuff. And this is one particular page, and this is a page near it, and then this is another page, and then this is a page how we got to the page. It's all kind of connected, but if you look at it one page at a time, it's a little bit easier to read, a little bit easier to manage. So, we covered the subject 2 a little bit. We can talk about the subject 2. The subject 2 is going to have a relationship to it's going to have a relationship to doing research for drop bids and contacting homeowners. Opening bids, yellow letters, buyer's list, FSBOs, expires, those are default on the security sale. For rent, it's going to have there, face-to-face. It's going to have relationship to loan audits. It's going to have relationship to hanging signs and auctioning homes. This is one of the most essential tools over here. This is your style, and this is your strategy. So you just think about what is the relationship of REOs that are rehab projects that you can buy for 70, 80 cents on the dollar versus houses that are going to auction that actually have some equity, room, or that are drop it. in relationship to homeowners. And we're not even talking notice of default homeowners, we're just talking homeowners in general. The ratio is 99% are just normal homeowners. So your style should be in the yellow letter, buyer's list, calling, face-to-face, loan audits to call, mail, or signs, hanging signs, or auction homes. Your style is merely how is it that you feel comfortable talking to a homeowner. Your strategy will it'll work itself out, whether it's here, whether it's really making a few $100 for a loan audit, whether it's doing an auction home and making a few thousand, whether it's buying it with little or no cash, subject to making $30,000 like my buddy. So the strategy, which is more detailed, it's what you're actually going to do, but the style is how you get there. What I would say is, if you can figure out one thing of this meeting, what to take away from, what is my style? If you pick a style, you're not wrong. Do it until you get really technically proficient at one of these things. I'm technically proficient at the face-to-face and the calling. I've never written a yellow letter. I've never really researched REO properties. I do this quite a bit, but that's separate. I've never mailed a probate. I've never even researched a probate. I have home signs, and I'm working on my first auction. Figure out where you want to become technically proficient, and just try it. If you want to become technically proficient on one of these, you can do one of two things. If you want to get really good and make 35 grand like my buddy, join the inner circle. It's a great investment. If you don't, give me a call, and I'll see if I can give you a couple of tidbits here and there, and I'll patch on the buns, and you can go on about your way. Huge money to be made on multiple different levels. The 6 gun of buying homes and the 6 gun of helping people keep their homes. If you have technical proficiency in both of those, which is easy to come by, now is the time to be speaking to homeowners. Banks are cooperating, homeowners are desperate. Here we go. So we're also way out here. So everything kind of is tied together and somehow. What's the next thing? Carly, Bruce, Charles, Nina, Dave. Dave has, he's also in the buyer category, but he's researching REOs. A guy that had lunch with today, he's actually doing a bunch of REO purchases in the East Bay. Oakland, Vallejo, Benicia, Martinez, Pleasant Hill. His last one, he'll make $120,000 on. He bought it for $38,000. We'll sell it for $120,000 more than that. It took him 450 properties to find that one. So, what he found was a property that was completely unfinanceable. So the properties that are fixed up and nice, and right now there's two types of properties. Totally fixed up that sells right off the bat, and not fixed up at all and needs only cash, and that sits there and sits there because not a lot of people can close on that. It is a situation where if you want to do this, how much profit on the last deal with Calvert Tunnel?
I thought I was going to make 75, but it's gone up to about 9,500 now.
So, the reason why Donald found this deal is actually someone who was actually part of the Inner Circle for a while, who's going to get paid just for saying an email here. It was completely unfinanceable, but it took something to happen for Donald to find this one. If you were to research every single REO in the 3 counties here, and just do that, could you do it?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Would it take up all your time between making offers and researching?
It would take a lot of time.
Do you have that kind of time?
No.
Would you pay somebody to do that for you?
Absolutely.
The question is how much?
How much would be a
How much do you want?
Actually, I have a day job, I couldn't take that.
So we should be talking about price then, should we? Huh?
Well, I'm looking and researching my own, and it takes a lot of time.
Oh, it takes a lot, absolutely. If you know what you're looking for, and this is what I think the people who are researching
Nice.
REOs should be looking for.
Yes,